What's going on YouTube? It's your boy, Advice, and we're back with episode 2 of the Tsareena Palafin Hyper Offense Team Showcase. Now, I'm not convinced that I'm utilizing all the slots as well as I could, so still tweaking the team, but let's check these battles out. Alright, my man Kuma has a Maushold team, so Kenshi's coming. I like Frozone in this team. It's good into Flutter main, Braviary, Wo-Chien. But I want Palafin, and I don't like really Palafin in the back. Maybe in like a best of 3 circumstance, I might bring Palafin in the back, but yeah, Frozone is good into like half of the team, but I think I definitely want Rain, and Tatiana is great against the Azumarill and the Bullet Punch, so I'm going to leave Frozone behind and just bring those 4. If they do bring Wo-Chien and stay Grass Dark type or switch to Terra Water, we have Tsareena with Bullet Seed and U-Turn to handle that, so it'll probably be a 2-shot with the Tablets of Ruin ability, but Tsareena shouldn't be threatened with much damage from Wo-Chien. So we see Maushold Flutter main lead. Our booster energy activates first, so if they do have booster energy, we know that we're faster. And they are booster energy for special attack, so that tells me that they're pretty bulky on their Flutter main. I want to just scout for their attack and swap into Pelipper. That'll give me Wide Guard and Helping Hand, and then if Pelipper goes down immediately, I can threaten them with both Palafin and Iron Valiant at the same time. So they're using their Terra right away. And just going Terra Fairy, so we know that Maushold is going to remain susceptible to close combat, which is nice, and we are going to be faster with booster energy speed. And they just fire off a Dazzling Gleam. Okay, we do survive that with 5 HP. I'm just going to go for the close combat, and I'll Wide Guard. They aren't choice specs, it's booster energy, so they may go for a single target attack, but if we can stop them from KOing both Pokemon at the same time, that'd be nice. Close combat picks up. Their Rocky Helmet, so we're going to take a little chip. And they do make the good play of going for a Moonblast instead of a Dazzling Gleam, scouting for Wide Guard. So Iron Valiant goes down, but we did take out their Redirection and Friend Guard. I'm cool with that. Now we get the free switch into Palafin. We've got Rain up and Helping Hand support. Let's see who they bring in. Okay. So, I want to threaten the Flutter main. I'm not really worried about Scizor. I'm going to go Helping Hand just in case they swap into Azumarill. It should be a 2-shot on Azumarill if they switch out Flutter main. Unless they're max HP, max defense, it is a guaranteed KO with Terra, Water, and Rain on Jet Punch. And even at max, it's a very good chance to KO, but that was one of the calcs I did that made me realize I didn't really need Mystic Water. But they don't switch in, so. And they protect, so super wasted turn on our part. But I just wanted to make sure to threaten that Flutter main. No reason to over predict here when we're already down a mon and a half. So Azumarill is likely to come in if they have it, or Wo-Chien. So I'm going to just wave crash the Scizor and go for a Hurricane, trying to catch that Wo-Chien on the switch in. And it's a Azumarill, so no Wo-Chien in this game. Wave crash does pick up. We have taken a lot of damage on Palafin, but we got enough to get through the Flutter main at least. And that's a solid hit into Azumarill. It doesn't look like Assault Vest. Alright, so I'm going to just protect here and scout their protect. And I'm going to go for an Icy Wind, just in case they don't protect. They do, but their Flutter main being slower than my Iron Valiant guarantees that after an Icy Wind drop, Tsareena is faster than them, so that's what I was thinking. Okay, we do a little bit of chip with a crit onto Azumarill. And they are Citrus Berry. So maybe a Belly Drum set. Do they go for it? No, they just go for Play Rough into our Protect. Alright, I'm going to go for the Jet Punch. And I'll pair it with Helping Hand just to make sure there's no craziness with a low roll on a max HP, max defense here. You never know. And Tsareena is guaranteed to be able to beat Azumarill 1v1, so we should have this wrapped up. Okay, they take out Pelipper, which was definitely the threat. Great call, great assessment. And now Loaded Dice comes in. Dice shaking. I'm going to just go for a Jet Punch, see how much damage it does, and a Bullet Seed. Battle was canceled. GG to my opponent. Tsareena came in and had him running in fear. Hey, yo, Dennis, what are you cooking? Man's got Great Tusk, Ice Moth, Quaquaval, Ceruledge, Magnezone, and Screamtail. Okay, Kenshi kind of goes off, especially if it's a Scarf Great Tusk. They don't have much speed control, so I can see that being the case. I like Frozone too for the Sucker Punch against Ceruledge. You know what though? Palafin's really good into Ceruledge. They probably don't even bring that. I want Palafin in the lead. There's no reason not to bring Palafin against this team. We have Tsareena to switch in just in case they bring the Magnezone. And then I'll go Pelipper. I feel like we can blow through this team with just Palafin and Rain support. I just don't think that against a Steel type, a Water Fighting type, and a potential Fire type, Frozone is a good bring here. If they go Terra Grass Ceruledge, we got Hurricane to deal with that. Good luck, have fun to Dennis. Let's run it. Alright, Screamtail Magnezone. Iron Valiant Palafin. So, I'm not sure what they're going for with this Screamtail, but it is faster than my Iron Valiant, and they are booster speed as well, so I kind of want to just get a close combat off and switch into Tsareena. I don't need to scout for the protect on Magnezone because Screamtail shouldn't be able to one-shot Iron Valiant. They just protect Magnezone, that's cool. And Thunder Wave. So booster energy speed with Thunder Wave spam, that's cute. But I'm still going to be faster than Magnezone, I want to say. I could go for another close combat into it. You know, I'm just kind of thinking they might switch Ceruledge into that slot. So, maybe we just Moonblast Screamtail. I'd like to get some damage on Screamtail before it paralyzes my whole team. So we'll just double into the Screamtail with Bullet Seed and Moonblast. Yeah, they do switch out Magnezone into Frosmoth, though. Psychic Fangs does solid damage. They don't paralyze Tsareena, which is nice. We get a little bit of chip. I've got Pelipper and Palafin to deal with the Frosmoth, so Screamtail is good to get rid of here. Bullet Seed's not going to KO, but they're in Shadow Sneak range now. Nah, I don't need to Terra. They'll go down to a non-stab Shadow Sneak. And I'm going to go Terra Fire and U-turn just in case they're faster than me and want to Ice Beam. Okay. We don't see a Terra on their end unless their Frosmoth is slower. We do lose our electric resist. But, yeah, we'll just have to deal with that. Tsareena's still pretty bulky, and electric is neutral against fire, so it's not a huge deal. We are faster than their Frosmoth, though, so didn't really need to Terra, but at least we have a good Ice-type switch in now. I mean, I guess Palafin's a good Ice-type switch in, but I don't want to get frozen, so I'm going to go Pelipper here and just get the rain up. And they just Quiver Dance. Okay, so they're getting boosted, but we've done some solid chip to them. Magnezone comes back in, but we should be faster than Magnezone with Pelipper. If I'm them, I'm taking out Iron Valiant before it can get off a close combat into Magnezone. I want to just Shadow Sneak Magnezone, break Sturdy if it has it, and then Helping Hand should make sure it's in Aqua Jet range. I just hate the Helping Hand to paralyze Pokemon, so maybe we just go Hurricane into the Frosmoth and get some chip on it. They protect Frosmoth. And they protect Magnezone as well, so they're just trying to get an idea of what we're going for. We get paralyzed with Iron Valiant, so they don't get to see that. It could have been a protect. And Hurricane goes into their protect, so I want to go for the close combat into Magnezone now, but I think it's worth it to just protect and try to stall a turn from them, and then Hurricane their Frosmoth. Even though I'm paralyzed, Iron Valiant's a big threat. They're going for a Terra. And they're going Terra Water Magnezone, so we do have Tsareena in the back to deal with that. We get the protect off safely. They go for the Ice Beam into Iron Valiant. We get off a Hurricane. Doesn't do a lot of damage because of Ice Scales and the special defense boost, but we do get the Confusion. And they just T-Bolt Pelipper, so that's cool. We get a free switch in now. We got the rain up for plenty of turns. I'm gonna go Tsareena though. I don't know if this picks up, but I do want to go for Shadow Sneak into Frosmoth and just Helping Hand. They shouldn't have a way to take out Tsareena unless they have Terra Blast Water, and they just protect Magnezone. We just barely missed the KO. Unfortunate. And Ice Beam takes out Valiant. But we have a pretty free Jet Punch into Frosmoth and Bullet Seed into Magnezone. And unless they get a double protect, that should be a KO on both. Okay, they switch out Magnezone. We haven't seen their fourth Pokemon yet. It's Quaquaval, which does not want to take a Bullet Seed. Jet Punch takes out Frosmoth. And Bullet Seed should guarantee take out Quaquaval. Yeah, that's big hits. Super big hits. Oh, 3 hits. Didn't even need the 4th. So that should do it. That's the thing about this team is you can get behind early. And there's just so much damage output with Palafin in the rain. And Tsareena does big damage too. I'm just going to go Wave Crash, see how much it does, and we'll finish them off with Bullet Seed. Bada boom. Nice 50% plus. Bada bing. 1 shot. 2 shot. Dang, you can see how much bulkier Magnezone is than Quaquaval. That's crazy. There just aren't a lot of teams that are built to handle a offensive grass type, because you just don't see them. Amoonguss is the most common grass type. And grass damage is really good in this format. Good game to Dennis. Tsareena MVP. So I noticed after the last match that I just hadn't been bringing Mimikyu. It just never felt like a good bring. So I swapped in another Ghost Fairy type in Flutter main, who is proven to be great. Does great damage to put things into Jet Punch range. I want to go Kenshi and Flutter main. Just in case they lead Breloom Talonflame, I can threaten the Breloom. And then Tatiana is a good Spore switch in. This looks like a Spore Tailwind team. And Tatiana is really good at dealing with the Sandy Shocks as well. But I can't leave behind Palafin. It's really my only good damage into Arcanine. So we're going to lead Palafin. We'll have Kenshi in the back and Tatiana. And that should be good here. I think we can get away with not having rain in this one. Hurricane is good into Breloom, but Breloom is probably faster than my Toilet Bird. And I just want to prevent my whole team from going to sleep. So we got Safety Goggles and a Grass type. And then Substitute Flutter main. They lead Gyarados and Sandy Shocks, so booster energy, boost their speed, so they're going to be faster than my Flutter main. I'm just going to go for a Dazzling Gleam, try to get some chip on both these Pokemon, and I'll switch in Tsareena. Tsareena can take a Thunderbolt really well. I am intimidated, so they might feel threatened by a sneak attack, Pelipper switch in, Terra Water, Jet Punch into their Sandy Shock, so I'm not going to go for it. We got a decent amount of bulk in Flutter main, so we should definitely take a Waterfall, even if they're like max attack, offensive. The thing about Flutter main is with how strong it is with its spread damage, it kind of makes it so that I don't need to bring the rain into every matchup. You know, that Dazzling Gleam damage supplements the extra damage I get from the rain boost for Jet Punch. So it just gives me a little bit more of a flex option instead of having to bring Pelipper into every matchup. They do Thunderbolt Flutter main, so they may have been predicting that Pelipper switch in. Dazzling Gleam for some solid chip. And they Waterfall into Tsareena. So that turn went about as great as it possibly could go. I love the special defense of Flutter main. That's fantastic. We'll just protect Flutter main and Bullet Seed Gyarados. You know what? They're Terra Grass right now. I kind of just want to protect Flutter main and U-turn off of Sandy Shocks. This probably does close to enough to KO. Not quite enough to KO, but pretty close to it. And it'll definitely put them into Jet Punch range. They Thunderbolt Tsareena. They do get the 10% chance to para, so that's unfortunate, but hopefully we get off this U-turn. Waterfall into our Protect. Nice. And we get the U-turn off. See, my idea was that I want them to want to switch Gyarados out so they can cycle and Intimidate on Palafin. But you know what? They're in Shadow Sneak range. I shouldn't have to Terra to pick up with Shadow Sneak. And showing them Shadow Sneak here might force them to play with a little bit more fear, you know, and go for some more protects. So I'm going to go Dazzling Gleam here just in case they switch Sandy Shocks out. I'll get a good chip into everything. I'm basically just trying to chip everything down into Palafin range, so we'll Shadow Sneak Sandy Shocks and go for a Dazzling Gleam. We do pick up with the Shadow Sneak, so their Terra's gone. This Dazzling Gleam should put Gyarados into Jet Punch range. Maybe not. And Flutter main does go down. That's okay though, we still have Tsareena. So I'm just gonna go Palafin. I thought that Dazzling Gleam would do a little more to Gyarados. Okay, Talonflame comes in. They still have something in the back. I think what I want to do here is I want to just Jet Punch Talonflame. Make sure it can't get off a Wisp. I don't need to Terra though. In fact, I'm going to go Terra Ghost and try to pick up this Gyarados. Because if I can KO Gyarados and Talonflame, then it's just a 3v1 versus whatever they have in the back. And they've already used their Terra, so they can't switch types to take an unexpected hit. Dang, that Gyarados is bulky. Shadow Sneak actually doesn't pick up. They get off a Tailwind. Jet Punch finishes Talonflame. What's Gyarados going for? Alright, Waterfall. We should take that. I prefer that to a Thunder Wave. And now here comes Breloom. So that's probably the best thing for them to have, but we still have a lot of damage. Could Jet Punch into Breloom. But I kind of want to bulk up, predicting them to predict me to protect. You know what? I should just protect. Let's just take it slow. I'm going to double protect, matter of fact. I'd like to stall out their Tailwind so that I can at least get off one Wave Crash into Breloom. Or a Moon Blast with Iron Valiant. Okay, they just go for a Seed Bomb into Palafin, so I'm glad I didn't go for the bulk up play. That would have been stupid. And they try to Waterfall to pick up. So I'm just going to Jet Punch Breloom and Shadow Sneak Gyarados. I just want to make sure to break the Focus Sash on Breloom. Okay, they protect Gyarados. That's a good play. They have a free Seed Bomb into Palafin, unfortunately. But they go for a Spore. So the safety goggles comes in. I'm just going to Jet Punch and Shadow Sneak Breloom. See if Shadow Sneak does more. It's more of like a calc for myself. These are the opportunities you can take with a team to really figure out who does the most damage and which attacks are optimal in certain situations. Yeah, it looks like Shadow Sneak did just a little bit more than resisted Jet Punch. That's good to know. Gyarados goes down, so it's a 3v1. They go for the Seed Bomb and take out Iron Valiant. So we won't get an opportunity to Moonblast, but as long as we don't have really bad luck with Para, we should be good to finish this Breloom off with Tsareena and Palafin. I'm going to go for Jet Punch just in case they're max speed Jolly Breloom. And I'll go for a U-turn. I don't feel like I've played this optimally. I feel like there's a couple plays I could have made better. So when I watch this back, I'll try to figure that out. But like I'm thinking maybe going Shadow Sneak, Jet Punch into the Talonflame to prevent them from getting Tailwind up at all might have been nice since I had full health Iron Valiant. But either way, we don't get paralyzed with Tsareena. We get the W. Good game to Who's Whack. We take those. And thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.